Good morning, everybody. It's Emily. It's September 2nd, 2018. Here with your daily wisdom shot. As usual, whenever you come across this reading, I intend that you receive a message from it. So it is not only limited to the date on which it was recorded. So just laid out the cards. I'm kind of channeling the messages right now. Today, I'm seeing a lot of gratitude, like a need for gratitude in the small things. So we've all just kind of been through this huge time of upheaval or stress or emotional transition. It's different for everybody, but over the summer we had all the eclipses and the different shifting energies. In fact, this whole year has sort of been transitional for most people, and it's almost like I feel like, I don't know if this is like the tiny momentary calm before another time of transition, or this is like after the big nuclear blast and you crawl out of the bunker and you look around and see that everything is leveled, and you take that moment to like see the sun bursting through the clouds, and you're just so grateful for that second, that moment of warmth and light. And that's kind of what I feel like today. You've got the Princess of Pentacles, which is the same as the Page of Pentacles. And I always see her as like the tiny offering, the tiny bud that's blooming in a sea of, concrete, or just sort of like being grateful for the small stuff. Or the big stuff, but really feeling the gratitude at a time when it can be difficult to keep your mind focused on the higher vibrations, like gratitude. Gratitude is way up there, like unconditional love. It's sort of one of those things that when you bring more gratitude into your life, you're going to start bringing even more and more things into your life that are good and that you're grateful for. It's really the trick, and the key is holding that vibration. And when you integrate that emotion into your daily life to make it almost automatic, you're going to start doing that. The longer you hold that vibration too, the more you're really stepping into that zone where you're attracting more and more of those positive things. So that is really the key. It's just basic law of attraction stuff. If you get in that vibration and hold it, or nobody's perfect, nobody holds it constantly, but if you get in that vibration and hold it, or you get in that vibration every time you think about it, you're going to start bringing in more and more. But I feel like today it's about taking stock of the little things in your life, or the big things that are maybe more mundane, that you don't think about every day as being grateful for. Like, I guess I'm kind of thinking of, like, many years ago I was traveling alone in Israel, and I had gotten on a bus, and I'd been on a bus for many, many hours, and gotten to the north of Israel in a place called Tzfat. And I got off the bus, and I realized I had dropped my money somewhere along the line. So I didn't have much money. I needed to find somewhere to sleep for the night, and I really hadn't planned so well. And I got in this like van that, they had these things, I think they were called charutes or something, and they were like taxis, but they were basically just minivans that drove around and would take you to places. And I was the only person, it was just me, and I had just been through like months of being alone in the Middle East as like an American female, and had been just like followed and catcalled and like chased and threatened and like cornered, and I was like a feral cat at this point. And So I get into this van, and it's only me, and it's this guy, and he starts showing me pictures of all his apparently American friends, and he keeps telling me he's going to take me back to his house. So I start to panic, of course, and he's speeding up this hill in the opposite direction of where I had asked him to take me, which was to like some hostel up in a different direction. And he keeps telling me, no, 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 I'm taking you to my house. And of course, I'm panicking. So eventually, I throw open the door, prepared to jump out of a speeding van on a hill. And when he sees that I do that, he realizes I'm serious, and he stops and he turns around and he takes me back down the hill, and I demand to get out, and he lets me out. So I'm walking around. It's now nighttime, freaking out, trying to find somewhere to sleep that's safe, because I never feel safe anywhere at that time, just being like a female alone, basically, and it really wasn't very safe. And somebody who didn't speak English like walked up to me, saw that I was in complete distress, and walked me up to this like nice hotel, like a place where I could never even imagine being able to afford at the time, because A, I dropped my money, B, I was a student. I think I was like 19 years old, maybe 20 at the time. And he talked to the owner, and they let me stay there for like 3 days until I could return to where I had come from. But walking into that hotel room that night, there was like a bathtub, and I had not had a proper shower in so long. And it was almost like I'm getting kind of choked up now because it's still so potent to me. But it was like, reminded me of being back home and having a place to like be safe and be clean. Excuse me, I'm totally getting choked up. But it was like turning on that water, the gratitude of just water in a bathtub. I like I just got in the bath and cried my eyes out because it was so intense, and I was so grateful to be safe and clean. And so that's the kind of really intense gratitude I'm talking about today. Like all those little things, the little relationships, your dog, your mom, your friends, or whatever it is. That's the gratitude that I'm talking about for today. Because it's been a hard road this year for all of us. And there's a lot that's coming in that's going to be really great, and it's still hidden to most of us right now. With the high priestess there, it might not be revealed to us yet, but it is this amazing, destined, perfectly suited what am I trying to gift for all of us that's coming along in each one of our lives. It's coming in, and we just need to right now be light-footed. We have to A, not take everything so seriously, and B, we need to go with the flow. We need to just be able to be light on our feet, to roll with the punches, and get through this period to profoundly make the choices that we need to make and move forward and bob and weave and get through it, all the while remembering all of those amazing things we have in our lives, because we all have them. We all have the things that are getting us through day to day. The ships are coming in. They are. The storm's passing. You're stepping into this path that you're meant to be in, and a greater embodiment of your true self and your true calling, and a greater integration of your intuition and your higher self. That's all happening right now. And feeling gratitude for that process, if you can get yourself to that place, is the best thing you can possibly do. Because even though it's difficult right now, it's going to be the time that you look back on and you're like, thank God. Thank God. I remember a couple years ago I wrote some poem about like how thank God for endings. Because if I had stayed in that place where I was at that time in that relationship, I would not have any of the things that I have today. I would not be the person that I am. I would not have this particular degree of mastery over my energy and myself, and I would not be the healer that I am. I would not be the animal rescuer that I am. So there's going to be the time, and that time may be hidden from us now, but there will be that time that we look back and we're like, thank God. So that's, we get to the bottom of the deck card, and that's the King of Wands, and that's kind of the same energy. It's like the underlying principle is like we're in the making. This is the come up. This is like the very first little pentacle in the steps of becoming the king. And this is the King of Wands, so it's almost like the absolute mastery of our energy, of our ability to manifest on all levels. And we're getting there. That's the point. We're getting there. So the advice today then is gratitude, being grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons that each one brings. So that means even the ones that feel negative, they're all there for a purpose. They're all there to get us somewhere. And the healer. I'm loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others and also ourselves. So that sort of, for me, goes into the same vein, is having that love and compassion and gratitude right now, even before we see exactly where it is that this is taking us, is going to bring in the positive and the high vibrational energies that we need to bring us where we're going. So stay focused, stay flexible, and stay positive. That's my advice for today. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.